guys doing? It's your boy Dave Saxologist on Saxofriends. Today I have another outstanding guest. I have a singer, songwriter, crooner. This brother right here, he ain't just no singer. Like, back in the day we say they sang. This brother sings. He don't just sing. And he's a Southern California resident and been doing this thing for a while. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce you to and reintroduce a lot of you to Mr. Derek Bordeaux. Derek, how you doing, brother?
Thanks. Doing good, Dave. I appreciate you, man. Thanks for taking the time to hook up with me. I appreciate it.
Hey, I appreciate you, brother, because you've been doing good things for years, man. And I've been, I this basically I started this doing saxophone players. So I'm a saxophonist. That's why I call it Saxofriends, but that means everybody though. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to get
Sure,
more
sure.
singers and entertainers. I just want to just chime in. You feel me?
I feel you. I appreciate that. I know who you are.
Oh, okay. Well,
I keep up with you.
hey, well, I know who you are too, so we're gonna start talking about it. So let us get some background
Thank
on you,
you.
Derek. Where you from and all that good
Um,
stuff.
I guess we would start out like I started out doing this years and years ago, but with what I do presently, I started in '84 um,
Okay.
in the Southern California, in
Okay.
Newport Beach, quite honestly.
All right.
And then it's progressed it progressed all across the coast. Been all up and down the coast for years. This is my this is '84. This is my 42nd year in the
Wow.
area
Okay.
doing what we do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so I'd had a lot of work during the '80s and the '90s and the 2000 up into 2010. And since then I've kind of backed off a little bit, not doing as much restaurants and clubs and things of that nature. I still do a lot of private things on the side for clients that I've had for years,
Understand.
but I don't really go out and look for new restaurants and new clubs and things of that nature
Okay.
as much as I used to.
I
You know,
understand.
yeah.
So how did you get
But we
started though? How did you get started?
um
What was your first introduction to music or what have you?
I would have to say my family's always been into music. But when I turned like 10 years old, my brother, or my older brother, I had an older brother who's passed on, but when I was 10 years old, he turned me and my younger brother onto Jimi Hendrix. And we wanted to be Jimmy. And that just turned us out. You know what I'm saying? So I would say that was in the late 60s. I remember listening to there's a radio station here in Southern Called KLSO, KLOS,
Yeah.
and it was a rock and roll station. I think it's 95.5. But they were broadcasting Woodstock live. This is in '69.
Wow.
And we had an uncle who lived in New York, and we didn't know. 10 years old. We wanted to go so bad, so bad. My mom used to tell us, "Are you out of your mind?" But that kind of turned us on as far as music is concerned. My musical heroes are, of course, Hendrix and Carlos Santana. I'm really what you consider old school. You know,
Yeah.
I I know people know the Isley Brothers now. They know Ronald Isley as Mr. Big, but I know him as Ronald
All right.
with his two brothers. So I go a little bit further back, but that's how we kind of got introduced to it. The Jimi Hendrix thing really turned us out. Grand Funk Railroad, Chicago. I I used to when I was a young kid. We used to go to Disneyland during the summer, and we used to go just about every other day. 'Cause back then it was affordable,
Yeah.
and we we would watch all the groups that went on the Tomorrowland stage. It went up, and then they went down into the ground, and that's where I saw Al Green, Wilson Pickett, the Spinners, the Temptations. Oh God, I've seen so many. And I'll tell you what was really something is back in those days, they would walk around the park when they weren't on stage, and you could meet them and talk with them.
Mm.
And there was another area that was called uh it's an ice cream parlor. Oh, people there like Lionel Hampton, uh, Louis Armstrong.
Wow.
And so you be just walking around going to get on another ride, and you see one of those guys.
Yeah.
I met Count Basie. I met Count Basie walking around the park.
Mm.
You know, so things like that. That's how far back I go. That's what I love.
Yeah.
That's the music that I still love.
Right.
You
Right.
know, yeah, yeah.
So,
So I'm
let-
sorry. I'm just going
no,
on and on.
no problem. But let me ask you this though. So, when you heard Hendrix and all that, were you attracted to the guitar, or was it? I mean, what was it about Hendrix that made you, take a
His
look?
style.
His style.
His style.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got my ear pierced because of Hendrix.
Okay. All right. Did you ever play the
He
guitar?
was different. A little bit, not like my brother is a Jimi Hendrix impersonator.
Oh,
Does really good,
okay.
and so I didn't take it that far. I have a bunch of them sitting around here, but I just played for my own self myself.
Okay. So
I
you
also
got
became a big family stone.
okay. Yeah, slide. Yeah, that's good stuff there. So,
Yeah.
do you play
Oh
piano
man.
or anything?
Yeah, yeah. When we had a band when we were kids, I played the piano and the organ in the band.
Okay.
Um, as we got older and started to progress and do more things, I met a lot of guys who played piano who were really, what do you say, more into playing the piano.
Hmm.
I also became a big fan of the Temptations. So I got a few auditions with them, and I told them, man, I'm ready. I don't care which one of y'all ain't here, I can do it.
Yeah.
So that was funny, but it was true.
You know, back in the days when we were growing up, like you said though, it was just a whole different time, and plus people were more open to help each other out too, though. You know what I mean? So now,
That's true.
like today, now everybody
True.
say, "Hey, get yours. I'm gonna get mine." It was a
Exactly.
different story.
That is
You know?
that is so true. It seems to be so cutthroat now.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, people will come in and you might have a gig for a while and you're doing well, and they'll go into the owner or the GM and tell him, I can do what he's doing, but I can do it for less money.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. That still goes
I-
on, doesn't it?
that still goes
That
on. It's
still goes on.
unfortunate, but we hurt each other. We all
Yeah.
we all in the same boat.
That's it.
You know, yeah. But you're right. Back in the day, there was used to be a lot of acts who would be more uh, acceptable to go up and approach them, and they give you good advice.
Yeah.
Years and years ago, in the late 70s, I met Lenny Williams. Lenny Williams was a singer for Tower Power.
Yeah.
And this is the late 70s, early 80s. And like I say, when they on break, they walk around the park, what have you. And he was walking around, and I approached him, and he was so nice. He gave me his phone number, and I couldn't believe it,
Yeah.
you know. And we ended up talking later on, or maybe a week later, or whatever. And he gave me his number, and he told me I'm going to be quitting the band. And I'm going to hook you up with David Garibaldi, who's the drummer. And you can talk to him and maybe get yourself an audition. I was like, oh my goodness, that kind of thing don't happen these days.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right, man. Yeah.
It's
So,
unfortunate,
so
but it
how did
don't.
you? When did you discover? Well, let me just rephrase that. When you were younger, when did you
Mhm.
discover that you had a great singing voice? Because you do have a great voice. So when did you discover that?
I appreciate that, but I tell you, I feel like I can get by. That's how I feel. I don't really feel like I have a great voice. I never have. I always try to work on sounding like somebody else and then taking it to what I feel good about, how I can present it. I'll give you a good example. Just 2 weeks ago, I think it's been 2 weeks, Peebo Bryson passed away.
Yes.
Great, great, great R&B singer. But he's really a great singer, but they put that stamp on him. And I had somebody ask me, whom's better? Would you prefer Peebo Bryson or Luther Vandross?
Mhm.
And I says, wow. I said, that's really a tough one. I says, but in my opinion, I would have to go with Peebo. Although I think everybody has to feel what they feel, what that person makes you feel, you know. And so I said, personally, I would go with Luther because I'm sorry, I would go with Peebo. I think it's easy to go out and do gigs as Luther because Luther's songs are structured where he can do them on a regular basis.
Mhm.
People's songs are not structured that way.
Right.
You you come out singing Peebo, you have to sing your ass off every time,
Yeah.
and so you can't skate. You know what I'm saying? You
Hmm.
can't skate. There's a lot of guys right now going around skating, doing the Luther thing, and that's cool.
Yeah.
I don't, I can't knock nobody for getting paid and getting their
Right.
money. But as far as the talent and the singing on a regular basis, I can't think of nobody that can touch People Bryson.
He was great, man. Yeah, he
It's
was.
great.
But he said,
It's just great.
the thing about the comparisons. So I know we all do that with sports. You know, is it LeBron? Is it Mike? You know what?
Right.
How come we can't they
Right.
all just be great? And
That's
you
true.
know what I mean? They can all be great. And we spend so much time arguing who's better. Is it MJ? Is it
That's right.
LeBron? Or is it Kobe? All three of them was
That's
better.
right. That's
Okay.
right. That's right. All different eras. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you're right because people say Mike is the greatest. Mike Jordan is the greatest, and I said, well, can you stop and compare him to Bill Russell?
Yeah, I know. See, the 11 rings. You know.
11 rings, and for what he did. Come
I
on,
know.
man.
Yeah.
So but yeah, but when Mike came around, there was more TV commercials, more
Right.
acceptance for black people.
Yeah. Right.
You know, Bill Russell was dealing with prejudice in
Yeah.
Boston. We had no idea. We just watched him on the court.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah. Well,
yeah,
speaking of that, well, Derek, let me ask you about what are some of the of being an entertainer. You know, 42 years being an entertainer. What are some of the give me some of the highs and the lows of this business that we call
um,
entertainment?
I was lucky enough, or I shouldn't say I, we, the group, we were lucky enough to be in Orange County. Um, we're doing what we were doing. It was a limited amount of groups that were doing what we were doing. I had a friend come to me and tell me, he says, if you do Motown, you can get a lot of work. And I'm thinking, really? Really? He said, yeah. So he took me down to Newport Beach, and man, I started working 6, 7 nights a week, singing Motown classics.
Yeah.
But had I been in LA, I don't think it would have been that way because there's been so much more uh, competition and many others doing the same thing.
Yeah.
So that was one break that we had being that we were in Orange County, and I guess I would have to say we used to open up for all the acts that were going from San Diego to LA.
Okay.
In between, they took a stop off in Orange County to do a little show,
Uh huh.
and I got hired, or we got hired to do the opening act when they would come through Orange County.
Okay.
So I named out. I mean, we must have opened the act for 30, 40 people over the years.
Yeah. Yeah. I see
I
some of the
think,
names. I, I
yeah,
see Kenny G, Casey and the
yeah,
Sunshine Band, Michael
right,
McDonald, Al Green,
right,
Commodores,
right.
Cool in the Gang.
Cool in the gang. I think the one that stands out to me because they came at me directly, it was Al Green and Michael McDonald. We opened for at a place called the Coach House, in San Juan Capistrano.
Mm.
And this was in 91, 92, something like that. But we opened for Al Green. And if you've ever been there, there's a room upstairs where it's like a green room where you can watch what's going on the stage before you come out and do your act. And we looked up as we were opening for Al Green. He was up in that room watching us. And when he came down before he started his set, he said, "I'd like for the audience to give those young men a round of applause." That was like, wow, coming from Al Green, that's like
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's one thing. And another time that stands out is Michael McDonald. We opened for Michael McDonald, and when I came off stage, he was standing there with his hands folded. And I was like, oh, what have I done? What have I done messed up or something? And he says to me, now what am I gonna do? And I said, oh my God, that blew my mind. That stands out.
Yeah.
Those kind of things. Nice, nice, down to earth people,
That's
you know.
beautiful, man. And I like that, man. Hey,
Yeah, those are the two that stand out.
when you were growing up, did you play in church? Did you sing or anything in church as well?
I sang in church for a little bit, not very long, maybe 2 or 3 years.
Okay.
Maybe 2 or 3 years. We was in a small church over in Santa Ana. Yeah, we did that for a little bit, and we moved on and started doing gigs on Saturday night. It was hard to get up and go to church on Sunday,
Yeah.
and we kind
Right.
of slid by. It kind of got by us, but yeah, yeah, we did do church for a little while. Yeah,
So, so let me ask you, over the years, when you decided that you were going to make music your career, did you take other jobs while pursuing it, or what?
I've had so many jobs, and I really didn't intend to do this as a living. I kind of fell into it from either quitting a job for whatever reason or being fired from a job. I know one job that I had recently got. uh I had gotten on with the post office, United States Post Office, and it takes a long time to get on. You're on a waiting list,
Yes.
and once I got on, um I think I had been there. You have a 90-day probation. And I think I had been there maybe 30 days, whatever. And I got a call from people who work with Luther Vandross. And they said, Luther's doing an audition in the morning. Would you like to audition? I was like, oh my God, I'm supposed to be at work in the morning with the post office. So, we gave it some thought and everything. I said, yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it. But what I didn't know is that the audition was in Manhattan, at 10 o'clock in the morning in Manhattan. And I'm sitting in bed in Santa Ana. And I told them, yeah, and they said, well, there will be a plane ticket at the airport. And I was like, oh my God. So that I went on and I did it. But I lost my job when I came back. And so that's how a friend of mine told me. That's when a friend of mine had mentioned you can do Motown for a little bit till you get on your feet. Because I at the time I had a wife and 3 kids. He said, I got you. And so I went to a restaurant in Newport called Woody's Wharf, the Warehouse. There was, and back in those days, there was a Red Onion.
Yeah, I remember that.
All these, you remember that?
Yeah, I remember
And
that. Yeah.
so I ended up doing 5 to 6 nights a week,
Wow.
and it stuck. That's how I ended up doing. I had no intentions of doing this like we're
Wow.
doing. None, none whatsoever.
You know what? God is good. And you know what? God knew that you had that talent. He closes one door and opens another. That's what happens. So.
Ain't that something?
Yeah, it
Ain't
is,
that
man.
something? That's real talk. That's real
It
talk.
is, man. I mean,
I had no idea.
now that's a good story there. I like that. It's like, no, I just happened to do this now, 42 years later. That's good stuff
Right?
there. Oh, man.
I tell you, I hadn't even thought of it like that, but that is so true.
Yeah,
I hadn't thought
man.
of it like that. Yeah.
Hey,
Wow.
let me ask you about
Yeah.
some of the venues you've played, because I'm sure you've played all over the world. You've done a lot. What are some of your I know
You
you
know?
like Kobe's because Kobe's is one of your spots. You know.
Right. I'll be honest with you. The thing about Kobe's for me is uh, that is one place where you know you can see me. And I don't have to go around the county because I've been around so long.
Yeah.
I don't need to go around the county and play at all these different venues to draw a following.
Yeah.
So I've done that for 40 years. So now I just go to one place that I consider that like my residency.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if you want to see me, you come to me, you know.
Is
But
it Thursday
you
nights?
you have to feel that. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Is it Thursday nights that you're there?
Right.
Yeah.
I do it every Thursday night and I do the fourth Friday every month.
Okay.
So yeah. So but I did every man, I can't even think of all the venues I've done in Orange County over the years,
Yeah.
you know. I think the biggest following we had was when we were in Dana Point at a place called the Salt Creek Grill.
Okay.
And I was there. Yeah, I was there for maybe 10 years. And that's where a big following came in because they started coming from all over Southern California.
Right.
They drive from San Diego, they drive down from LA, come over from Temecula and Riverside.
Wow.
So we built up a strong following. So now I just keep it to where you can come see me now. It's very convenient for me. I know it's a little tougher for many people, but as our age, we don't really. When I say our age, I'm talking 65 plus.
Yeah, that's it.
We
We
don't
there.
we don't really go out on the weekends.
Yeah.
Saturday night is for the young folk.
Yeah. I I agree. They can have all
So
of it. Yeah.
they can have it. They can have it. So and that's why I picked Thursday night is really good. And a lot of people who come see me on a regular basis are retirees,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And it's Thursday. We go from 7:30 to 10:30, and most of the time you can get home and see the evening news.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that works for me just as well.
You know you
But
have a
some of the other
I'm sorry, go ahead.
oh,
I'm
I'm
sorry.
sorry, go ahead.
No, I was
I'm just
saying.
gonna think some of the other venues.
Okay.
Um, I did Spaghettini's quite a while, right, which is right next door
Yeah,
in
that's
the
my
same
spot.
parking lot.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I've done that. I've done that for many years too. Um, there's a place in Newport Beach called Campus Jacks.
Yeah. Yeah. I think
I
I saw you there. I saw you there.
Oh
Yeah.
really?
Yeah. My
Yeah.
girl
That was
Kim.
one of the first ones. Yeah. Um, man, all over the county. But I at the time, honestly, I tried to stay on the coast.
Okay.
I tried to stay between Huntington Beach and Dana Point and any spots in between. Laguna Beach, Newport Beach, uh, just because that's where a lot of tourists are,
Yeah.
and so those areas are always crowded. You know,
I
yeah.
saw you.
So
I saw you at the Newport Jazz Festival. I think it was what 2020 maybe something like that. I saw you there.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
You
Up
you
until this year, I was there a good 15, 16 years in a row.
yeah.
That's I can't be mad. I got to move over and let the young folk come
Yeah.
on in.
Now you was on the other stage or you was on both or you've been on both?
Right, I was on the small stage.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I saw you over there though.
I
You had
think
that
they
hat
call it.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I got a lot of compliments about
Yeah.
that.
That hat was cool, man, you know.
Thank you, man. Yeah, I get a lot of compliments about some of these hats. Um, they call that stage the lawn stage.
Okay.
It just came to me. But yeah, no, I don't think you ever came up and said hello though, did you?
No, I haven't. No, I never got around to that. But I told Kim
Okay.
because Kim and Sheila used to go see you all the time. Sheila Malloy,
Right.
Kim Wilson. So I
Yeah,
told
of
her, I said,
course.
yeah, we're gonna have to come down and see you at Kobe's, man. Now that I'm
Yeah.
meeting you here, so yeah.
Yeah, she's been there a couple of times. It's been a while since I've seen her,
Right, right.
but she's come in, her and her girlfriend, and they would come. I used to be at a place called Original Mike's,
Yes,
and
yes.
Man, I forgot about that. But yeah, I was there for quite a while too.
Campus
Yeah,
Jack. She saw you. She's go see you at Campus
yeah,
Jack. Yeah.
right, right. And even before then, I was in Brea at a club called Bar 330.
Okay.
I forgot about that. But man, I'm telling you, so many, unbelievable. But I've been fortunate. I keep saying I, but I mean we,
Yeah.
the band. We've been really, really fortunate.
See
And I
that?
know you're a member of Second Baptist.
Yeah. Right. About 8 years now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. How many?
8 years. I've been going to 8 years now.
Oh, wow.
I met Kim over there. That's
Okay.
where I met Kim when we
Oh,
started dating. So yeah, it's been about
oh,
8 years now.
oh, okay, okay. Yeah, I've been there a few times. I've been
Oh,
there
that
quite a few times.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I love
Yeah,
that
I
place,
sure have.
man. Pastor
Oh,
Pitt's a great guy, man. You know.
it's great, guys.
Yeah,
Great. It's a beautiful facility as well.
it is, man. Yeah, thank you.
Um,
Hey,
it
I
really,
just
really is.
I didn't know your son was a football coach, man.
Yeah, well, he's been coaching for many years, but
Oh,
he recently got hired as a strengthening and football coach at Saddleback High School.
good for him.
But he was always coaching, and he's a trainer, so he's always been a trainer with kids and things of that nature. But I guess he was doing such a good job they hired him on because he was over in Long Beach too at Long Beach Poly.
Oh, was he? Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. So he's doing good, and he loves kids. He
okay.
loves working with them kids. And that's just a beautiful thing as well. I think so too. I
Yeah,
think it's great.
it's all right, man.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's
Let me
all
ask you
right.
about some of your idols or some of the guys. The old. Let's go back. Some of the older guys that you dig, like is it Smokey and all those cats? Give me some of the names of singers
Oh
that you
yeah.
really like.
Um, I I I mean, I like them all. I really do. There's so many that I like. There's certain things I like about them,
Right.
but I don't get an opportunity to do what they do.
Uh-huh.
I have a certain audience that expects certain things out of me,
Right.
but I prefer when I'm home and I'm just listening to music.
Uh-huh.
I'm listening to like Nat King Cole.
Okay.
I'm listening to Ray Charles. I love Glenn Campbell.
Mm.
I and there's nobody high I hold higher than Elvis. I
Wow.
think Elvis. I think Elvis is probably the greatest singer because he was so versatile.
Yeah. Yeah.
And and on the female side, the most versatile woman I've ever heard is Aretha Franklin.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And to me, it was so ironic that they would both pass away on the same day, different years, but the same day.
Oh wow.
They both passed
Yeah.
away on August 6th.
Wow.
And those are to me they're the two top people. I never heard of anybody they be as versatile as Elvis, and nobody. I mean, you could say he copied this and he copied that, yeah, 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 but he copied it good. And Aretha can get up and do opera,
Hmm.
you know, just and she didn't read music, and Elvis didn't read music,
Oh wow.
you know. Yeah, neither one of them read music,
Mm.
and not to mention that Aretha was a great pianist.
Yeah, she was though. Yes, I heard that.
Yeah, she's a great pianist. Never could read one note. So those two are my two tops. But that's what I listen to. I love Glenn Campbell, man. I love these guys because they sing in different times where it isn't always 4/4 time.
Yeah.
And to me that I find it difficult. So that's why I'm always listening. How can I learn that? How can I do that? So I sit down with the drummers a lot of times, and they'll show me how to do it because those guys are amazing. I got
Yeah.
a drummer now named Lan Richards, who has played with just about everybody.
Yeah.
And Land would tell me, okay, this is where that one is. This is where that one is.
Yeah.
Things like that. Uh,
When you
I
watch
actually,
singers,
I'm gonna say it again.
I was gonna say when you listen to singers, are you as a singer yourself, when are you listening for inflection, vibrato, or do you know what I mean? Things like that, things that you can use as a sax
Yeah,
player.
yeah.
I try to take whatever I can. So how do you do that as a singer?
So that's really funny you say that because I try to sing like sax players. Because I love that you can usually only play one note at a time.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So there's a saying that I read years ago from Miles Davis, and he said it's not the notes you play, it's the ones you don't.
Mm. Yeah.
And yeah, and so that's has always stuck with me. I hire different musicians to come play with me, and they'll just go crazy showing me their licks and
Yeah.
things like that.
Yeah.
And uh, and I said, okay, and I give them that quote that I got from Miles Davis, and they go, oh. I didn't hire you to show me what you could do. That's why I called you because I knew you could do it.
Oh,
But are you disciplined enough to do this? You know.
I like that. That's good.
Yes. Yeah. So, but I know you're a sax player, so yeah, I know you really do get that.
Yeah.
I do listen to the vibrato. Um, I listen to the intonation. Um, like I said, it's always the beat, it's the timing. That's hard for me. I can sing 4/4 all day long,
Hmm.
but when you throw in a 5 bar phrase, I have trouble
Yeah.
because I'm trying to sing what I feel,
Hmm.
and that's not a natural feel. It shakes it up a little bit
Yeah.
for me,
Yeah.
you
What
know.
about 12/8 time and all
But
that
I love
crazy
I love
stuff?
the chat exactly. So I love it because it makes me think.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, that's an interesting question. Nobody's ever asked me that.
Yeah. Thanks,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, that was good. Nobody ever asked me that. That's good.
Yeah, because I'm just trying to imagine a singer, what you're listening for, when like Glenn Campbell, he has this and Elvis has that. And
Right.
you take a little bit of this, you take a little bit of that, and you put your own thing on it. But let's be honest,
Exactly. Put your
we
own
all
spin.
have to copy. There's nothing new under the sun. So whatever you learn, somebody else did it anyway.
That is so true.
So
That is so true.
might well
I
get over
tell I tell
yourself.
people that all the time. I tell people that all the time. It is, everybody picks it, whether you consciously know it or not. You heard it somewhere, and then you kind of played on it and
Right.
put your own spin.
Yeah.
But it's only 12 notes.
That's
We
it.
gonna
That's it. At the end of the day, that's it. You got 12. Do
there
something
it
with
is.
them.
Exactly. So so you stop and think about all the music that's been done. It's only 12 notes,
That's
you
it.
know. Yeah. But
So,
yeah, man.
what are some of the best advice you ever got from one of your mentors, or just one of these guys that you played with or opened for? Somebody when you were younger just
Mhm,
said, "Hey,
mhm.
Derek, always this or always that." Anybody give you any words of wisdom?
I don't know if anybody's. I know I've learned pretty much just to keep it real.
Hmm.
We end up doing it when you're doing it for a living. You're doing it just about 2 or 3 times a week. So what do you do to keep it fresh for you? Uh, the way I look at it is I don't want to disrespect the artist whose song I'm doing. So if I'm doing Marvin Gaye, what's going on? I'm doing it like it's brand new to me because it might be your first time seeing me. So I have to respect Marvin Gaye's version and do it that the best I can. I've told the guys I got a couple who comes and sees me every week now, and they love it when I do Brick House, the Commodores.
Yeah. Oh
And
man.
I tell people I think I've done Brick House more than the Commodores, if not more than them and Lionel Richie together. I say, but that's what people come to hear.
Mm-hmm.
They come to see me do that. So I try to keep it fresh and do it differently every time. Still same song,
Yeah.
but do something makes me feel it
Right.
after all these years. Yeah. I'm trying to think if anybody's ever give me any real good advice. I've the Righteous Brothers are from Santa Ana. I don't know if you knew that
I
or
didn't
not.
know that. No, I didn't. No.
Yeah, they're from Santa Ana, and they grew up and went to Santa Ana High School.
Oh.
And a lot of their musicians, of course, are from Santa Ana. Now they're a good 10 years ahead of me, but I knew and know some of their musicians to this day. And a couple of them, the one who I'm thinking of is the Valera brothers. Barry was a guitarist that played for the Righteous Brothers, grew up in Santa Ana, but he also played with Ray Charles for quite a while. And to be a member of Ray Charles's band, your ear has to be on point.
I know that's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he would tell us different things. But he was out of everybody I've ever met, he's the nicest musician I've ever met. He passed on several years ago, but he was the nicest man you could ever meet.
Yeah.
And he would have no problem sitting down talking to you, you know. And like I said, he toured with the Righteous Brothers for over 20
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
They all they all grew up together. Yeah, good people.
Yeah.
But the Santa Ana has had a lot of great talent come out of here.
Yeah.
I
You know
mean, a
what?
lot.
We have a mutual friend, Don Bell. Don the one.
Sure,
Yeah,
sure.
that's my boy there, man. Don, man. I know he plays
Is
with you,
that
right?
right?
He's played with you several times, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly, exactly. Don went through some health issues not long
Yeah.
ago.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
I just talked to him the
So
other
I'm,
day, man, and he's he's
oh, good.
he's doing a lot better, and he's playing again, dude. He's
Ah,
doing his thing, man. So he'll
I
be
didn't know
back
he
up.
was out.
Yeah, yeah. He played
Um,
a couple of weeks ago. He did a video, and he was doing his things in his chair, man. I said, boy, you still got them chops, man. You ain't lose nothing.
really,
Yeah,
really.
yeah. Mhm.
Oh man,
I told him I was going to
I'm gonna have
interview
to give
you.
him a call.
I told him I was going to interview you. You know, uh,
Yeah.
yeah, man. So yeah, Don is a great sax
Oh,
player too, ain't he, man?
what a good guy, dude. What a good guy.
You
And
know,
I love that he's up on all the technology.
oh, he is, he is. Man. You know what's funny about him, man? Is when
Oh,
I got on Facebook before, I was playing out of tune. I didn't care. I was just trying to play, right? So
right,
Don
right.
hit me on Facebook. He said, "Hey, man, can you read music, man? Do you know what you're doing?" You know, I was like, I'm trying to play by ear, but he said, "But you off though, bro." I said, "Okay." So
He
we
comes,
developed a friendship over that, man. He called me out. He said, "Man, I want to help you, man." So, yeah, man, he helped me out, man. So, and I still need help. I'm still working,
oh,
brother.
oh, we all do, whether we know it or not, or whether we admit it.
That's it.
Everybody got to stay up on. You
That's
got to
it.
stay up on your game. I'm gonna give Don a call. I'm gonna surely give him a call.
Yeah, do
That's
that,
a good
man.
brother, man.
He
That's
is,
a
man.
good brother. Yeah.
Very good, bro. I mean,
Now,
just on the out of the whim, just say, "Hey, man, I want to help you, bro. You ain't right. I need to help you." So I was like, "All
right,
right,"
right.
but I
Good. Now,
appreciate
how
that.
long have you been playing sax?
I started in my
Who?
30s, but I didn't like to practice, so I didn't really take it serious. So the last 8
Right.
years, I've taken it serious. But I got an instructor
Okay.
now, Vale Johnson. Great, great
Sure, I
sax
know
player,
that.
man. And he's teaching me now, so I'm learning a lot more now than I ever have, man. So
Oh, that's great.
yeah.
That's great. Yeah, no, when I grew up, I wanted to play saxophone, um, but we couldn't afford to rent the saxophone I was in grade school.
Hmm.
And we had a guitar at home. My mother went to the pawn shop and bought a guitar right down on 4th Street.
Okay.
And so we had a guitar. And my brother used to lock himself in the bedroom and play. That's why I didn't get to really practice on it, because he would lock himself in the room with it. My other cousin played drums, so they had the pad and the sticks, and he was cool with that.
Yeah.
I said, I want to play sax, but you had to rent it, so we couldn't afford to rent it. So my mom told me, well, just sing in the band until I can get you a saxophone,
Okay.
And so that's how I ended up really singing for so long, you know. But yeah, saxophone was the first thing I wanted to learn, and my favorite sax player at the time was Junior Walker in the All Stars.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. He had a nice sound, man. Yeah, he was nice.
Oh, he had a great tone. Yeah, he was a Motown sax session player.
Yeah.
Really, really good though. That was who I loved. Oh my goodness, songs like "What Does It Take" and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
Derek, let me ask you about your discography though. Have you you've recorded with other artists? Have you recorded with a
I
few?
had
Yeah.
I did a few things, but mostly I would get called in to do demos,
Uh-huh.
and they would pass the demo on to different artists if it was something they would like. I've had a few artists uh, buy my music,
Okay.
and share the royalties, and that was good. But that's been quite a while. That's back in the 80s, you know. But yeah, I've done a lot of session work, like I say, for demo and
Yeah.
things like that. Yeah.
Have you ever tried to get on with a label when you were really trying to get
When
your grind on?
when we were younger,
Yeah.
yeah, when we were younger, we did. We were actually on a small label with Anna Gordy, and I can't even think of the name of the label, but it was a subsidiary of Motown.
Okay.
But Anna Gordy at the time, I don't know if she was married to Marvin Gaye then or later or earlier, not sure. But it was a small label that and we really didn't sign, but we were rehearsing with her, and we drive up to LA and do rehearsals and things like that. We never really signed, but we were under her little umbrella for a little
Mhm.
bit. Yeah,
As a singer,
yeah.
Derek, what do you have to
Say
do
it again.
as a singer? What do you have to do to maintain? What kind of things you have to do to maintain your voice and vocals and all that? What do you have to do?
Well, like for me, and I'm sure for quite a few others, is you kind of have to stay away from air condition because it dries your throat out.
Oh,
And so, like I used to work at a hotel in Las Vegas called the Dunes. The Dunes is no longer
yeah, I
there,
remember that. Yeah.
but you remember the Dunes?
Hmm. I
You
remember.
don't look old enough.
I'm the same age as you.
Are you? Oh
I'm
shit!
66, man.
You what?
66.
Are you really?
Yeah, I just don't have no beard
Okay.
or nothing, though, so you can't see all the gray. I don't have a beard, but the mustache is gray, and what little bit up here is definitely gray.
Right.
Yeah, I'm 66, man. God
I
willing,
feel you. Okay, cool.
keep it up. Both of us, right?
Yeah,
Let's keep
sure, you're
going.
right. If everything worked out, I'll be 69 in 2 weeks.
You be what?
So
Wow, man, you definitely
69.
wow. Now I would have
Yeah,
definitely would have said that,
yeah.
bro. Man, yeah,
So
you look good, man. Keep it up, bro.
it's thank you, man. It's a blessing. It's a blessing, no doubt.
It is, man.
But the air condition drives me out. Air condition and the night cold outside, being out in the cold air, I gotta wrap my wrap my voice or my throat,
Mm,
wrap it up with a wrap, and the only reason what made me bring up the dunes is because you're in so much air condition.
yeah.
And back in those days, they used to could smoke in the
Hmm.
casinos.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, so and it was rough.
I'm glad they
But
stopped that. with the smoke, man.
Yes,
It was terrible. You go
yeah,
in the casino, it was just so
that's
much
right.
smoke in there.
Yeah. And that's how we used to be. We'd be on stage and it'd be smoke like that. And
Oh man,
you come out sweaty, so your
yeah,
clothes is ruined from smoke and
yeah.
sweat. And them was the days. Them was the days,
Okay, now I
you
got a
know.
question for you. Now I don't want to get you in trouble, so you don't have to, you know,
That's all.
no specifics and that. No, but being an
Right,
entertainer,
right.
good looking guy, and this that, and that, growing up. I mean, doing your thing. What was it like with the women or fans and whatever when you, especially when you were younger? Did you get in? Some of the guys get in trouble with, you know what I'm saying,
Oh
when you're on the
yeah,
road and all?
right. Little things happen here and there.
Yeah.
You try to I was always luckily. I mean, I had some crazy nights as well, but for the
Hmm.
most part, I was always the one who had the level head. And I used to pull my guys. Because I tell them, I said, when y'all do something and we traveling, they don't say Derek's bass player or Derek's drummer, they say Derek.
Yeah.
So y'all got to be cool, man. But I can tell you some stories, but we'll have to be
Well, that's
offline.
why I say I
But
don't want you to get in trouble. You know, it's all good.
yeah, but we had some really fun nights at you know one of my friends just passed away, bass player, great bass player. His name was Bart Broadnax,
Sorry to hear
and
that.
he just passed away. They're gonna have his services next week. He passed away last week, and I met him in Las Vegas.
Hmm.
He played bass for a group called the Checkmates.
Mm.
They had a song back in those days called Black Pearl. Black Pearl, pretty little girl,
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
let me take you where you belong. He played bass for them for many a year. And when I was in Orange County living, but I was big gigging in Vegas. And I told him, I said, I have a gig. It was called the Taste of Orange County at the time.
Hmm.
And he says, I'll do it. He says, I'll do it. I says, okay. It was down the road about a month or two. I completely forgot about having hired him to do it. And when I showed up at the gig at the Taste of Orange County, he was there and set up. Now I had hired another bass player because I forgot about talking to him.
Yeah.
So they were both there.
Oh,
But that's how dedicated that's how dedicated he was as a musician and being to his word.
okay.
And he was a really good guy, and he's one of the most knowledgeable people because you couldn't shake him. He knew every song, any song you name, he knew,
Yeah.
which was really something. And I would try to mess with him. I'd ask him about some Hendrix song, and he'd say, "Oh, I know that." And then I'd say, "Okay, well, what about this Nat King Cole? Oh, yeah, you do it like this." He just was that good. The only thing he would say is, "What key do you want to do it in?"
Okay. There you
You
go.
know,
Huh?
yeah. That's so he would be greatly missed.
Yeah. Sorry for the loss.
Right next. Yeah. Thank you.
Hey, Derek, I got a couple quick rapid fire questions for you here, and you don't have to take a lot of
Okay.
time on it. It's just real quick. Okay.
All right.
Favorite singer.
Wow. Ray Charles.
All right. Favorite Motown artist.
That's a tough one. Probably Stevie Wonder.
All right. Favorite album of all time.
Woo. I'm gonna give you two, and they're both from
Okay.
Motown.
All right.
One is the "What's Going On" album from Marvin Gaye, and "Songs in the Key of Life," Stevie Wonder. I can't do without them.
Great. All right. Favorite venue you've
Yeah.
performed in.
Uh, I would have to say right now, I do this place called the Festival of the Arts down in Laguna, and I
Okay.
do it every year, and I'll be doing it this year. As a matter of fact, I'll send you the link.
Okay. All
But
right. Dream
uh,
collaboration.
mm, that's a tough one. I've been lucky to play with so many, so many. That one I'm stuck.
All right, okay, I'll leave that one. We'll skip that then. All right. Most requested song did you get when you were playing?
Oh, I'm gonna have to say, I'm gonna probably have to say Brick House.
Okay, yeah, you
I
play that?
get that a lot.
That's it. Okay. All right.
I I get that a lot. Yeah,
Favorite city to perform in?
good question. Um, hmm, hmm. I'll say Laguna Beach.
All right.
I'll say Laguna Beach.
All right,
Yeah,
last one.
yeah.
What word that describes your musical style? One word that describes your musical style.
Soulful.
Dang, I swear to God, that's exactly what I was just thinking. Soulful.
Are you serious?
I
Are you
swear to God,
serious?
I was just
Oh
thinking
man.
soulful. I said soulful. I'm sitting right here saying soulful. So yeah, that'll work, bro. you know, man, I tell you
Oh
what,
man.
Derek, this has been
Thank
really
you.
enlightening, man. I really appreciate your time, man. So I just want to ask you, what's next for Derek Bardo?
Um, I don't know. I do spend a lot of time with some kids, and I've been going down to the pawn shops buying used equipment and giving it to some of the kids at different schools because if for whatever reason they can't afford it or they don't have it, and I think about my own experience where I wanted to play sax but I couldn't get one.
Right.
So I don't want to know about a kid that couldn't play guitar because he didn't have one. So I go to different schools with friends of mine that are teaching music and donate, So it's the next generation that's
You know
important.
what, Derek? I'm glad that you said.
And
You know what?
mm,
I actually want to give a saxophone away. I was thinking about giving one of my horns away to some students to wherever though, but that's something I had been thinking about. You know, uh,
oh wow,
yeah,
yeah.
definitely give.
I'll, I'll keep you in mind when I talk to them. Like honestly, these kids and it to me it helps them stay off the streets and be out of trouble.
Yeah,
Man, we play guitars and pianos and things like that. We was in Mama's garage all the time.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's right,
You
man.
know,
Yeah,
keeps you out of trouble, and it's a universal language.
definitely,
You
man.
know,
So you know what, Derek? This has been
so
wonderful
I'm gonna keep
interview.
that in mind that you might be able to do that.
Yeah,
Thank you, Dave. I really do appreciate. I really do.
man.
Um, I want to mention that this summer I'm gonna be at the Festival of the Arts, July 11th, and also August 22nd. Those are
Okay,
both Saturday evenings.
okay,
Okay,
all right.
and thank you, thank you, thank you.
Hey, I tell you what, man, it's been my pleasure. But before you go, I'd like you to let everyone know about your social information, how to get in touch, if they want to book you or what have you.
Sure, they can always find me on Facebook, and it's just my name, Derek Bordeaux, and that's spelled Derek, and then Bordeaux is Bordeaux, and I'm on Facebook and Instagram, and you can also find me on TikTok. I don't know too much about the social media, but those first two I mentioned are where you can always find me.
All right. Hey, man, I
Yeah.
tell you what, Derek, that's been
Thank
wonderful, brother. And Kim and I and Sheila, we're going to be pulling up on you at Kobe's pretty soon, man. Okay.
you. You can't believe the smile you'll see on my face when
Oh,
y'all
we,
walk
we
in.
coming, bro. We are coming, man. I tell you what,
Okay, give me.
man. Hey, you're a wonderful brother, man, and keep doing what you're doing, man. This has been a pleasure. First time I chatted with you, man.
Thank
So
you.
we definitely got to stay in touch, bro. You know.
I look forward to it. Now you send me the link to where I can send this out and let
Yes, I'm going to do that. But I was going to do this on Saturday. I usually post it to YouTube and Facebook, but I'll send it to you so you
Sure.
can do it then. Okay.
Fantastic. Fantastic, brother. All right. Have a blessed day, brother.
You too, Derek.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, man. Ladies and gentlemen, that's brother
Oh, you bet.
Derek Bardo. and he is an outstanding vocalist. So check him out when you get a chance. Kobe's at Seal Beach, Thursday nights. What time is it there?
7:30, 7:30 p.m.
7:30 p.m. at Kobe's in Seal Beach on Thursdays. Check out the wonderful Derek Bordeaux. You guys have a wonderful day. It's your boy Dave, Saxologist. Later.